What is up? So NIO just released last week's delivery numbers, 3,100 deliveries. Holy smokes. In this video, we're going to go over what the CEO said about July's deliveries. Absolutely fantastic. And also go over what the NIO manager said about July's deliveries. That was my son, by the way. Bless him. So first of all, 3,100 deliveries. Very good numbers. The ES6 is ramping up. The ES8 just started deliveries. ET5T is also being delivered. Very, very good. And quite recently, when the NIO house at Ukason officially opened, the CEO was there, and a couple ES8 owners, the first NT 2.0 ES8 deliveries actually happened there in Beijing. So these were the first batch of guys that took delivery of their ES8s, and they had this whole ceremony. And sorry about that, my son's being a bit loud. And so there was a Q&A section, and one of the ES8 owners, this guy, I've seen him around a couple of times. I don't know him personally that well. He's good friends with the NIO owner that has 23 NIOs. But he was able to ask a question about deliveries, and he was talking about he was very concerned about deliveries. And by the way, he was one of the guys taking delivery of the ES8 on that day. So he was very concerned about deliveries, how deliveries were lackluster in the past few months. And he was talking about what can we expect from deliveries going forward. And the CEO said right now, first of all, they were not expecting deliveries to go from 10,000 deliveries and then all of a sudden in April and May to drop down to 5,000-6,000 deliveries. And they hope to maintain 10,000 deliveries steadily and also hopefully increase to 20,000 deliveries. And they're going to work hard. And the CEO said if they push a bit harder, they can probably reach 20,000 deliveries, which is very, very good. Now, he's very low-key about this. He's very humble about this. But what I want to say is the NIO manager actually said he's very confident about 20,000 deliveries. And a lot of you guys, we're all hoping for 20,000 deliveries, but you guys see 3,100, 4 weeks in a month, 4 times 3,000, that's 12,000. Might not get to 20,000, but what the NIO manager told me is you can actually see the orders in the system, and you have a very good, guesstimate. All right, it's an estimate, but also guessing based on the number of orders in the system, and the number of orders exceeded 20,000, and so that means, if they all get delivered and there isn't any sort of like delivery hiccup or anything like that, then there shouldn't be much of a problem to get 20,000 in July. So that's what he said, and that was his opinion, and based on the order books and people ordering. And another one of the NIO sales reps that I talked to, and this was when I took the ES8 for a quick spin, and he was sitting right next to me. He was also a very good NIO sales rep, and we were just chatting casually. And he told me how he has 20 orders just by himself, and he talks about how just in entirety of China there's 3,000 sales reps, NIO sales reps. So that's pretty substantial. You think about it, 3,000 NIO sales reps in China in total, around that number. And each of them probably has a couple orders as well. Maybe not 20, but quite a bit. So if you add that up, that's a pretty substantial amount. And also, just today, one of the customers that I helped introduce the car to took delivery of their ES8. And it was funny enough, if you see my other video, which I've taken down, it was the customer who was test driving the ES6 and got in an accident with the service vehicle. The service dude was driving another customer's EC6 and rammed back the car into the test drive vehicle with that customer in the car. It was a big mess up, but luckily after just talking to them and everything, made sure everything was fine. They took delivery of a ES8 today, so that's pretty nice. I mean, it's good that like a bad situation turned into a good situation. So deliveries 20,000. What is my personal expectations? I think it's very reachable. It's very possible. I think we might get very close to it. The new manager is super confident about 20,000 deliveries. The CEO, he's a bit more low key. He doesn't want to keep expectations too high, and then all of a sudden, due to some mishap, not deliver. What's going on with ES8 deliveries? And this is pretty important as well. So a lot of people got ES8 deliveries, and like that customer that I introduced the car to, got their delivery as well. But the NIO owner with 23 NIOs, he is not getting his delivery this month because, well, he said, sorry about that. He said he couldn't get his delivery this month because he had some sort of specification in the car, and apparently it was a max spec car, max spec ES8, and the factory just couldn't produce that car in time. So that offers a little bit of a hint towards what might be going wrong over here and why deliveries might not be as good as we'd hope to. So the guy with 23 NIOs, he's getting his brand new NP 2.0 ES8, but he can't take delivery of it yet, unfortunately. And he was also there for the Wukasong new house opening and also the first batch of ES8 deliveries. He was there as well, but he couldn't. He would have been part of that batch, but he did not choose to compromise on the specs of the car. He wanted max spec, and they just couldn't produce it in time. So there's still like production stuff, and also if you look carefully in the NIO app, some certain colors for the EC7 and also certain colors for the ES8 and interior specs for ES8 are deliveries. They have descriptions. They have a little note down there that says deliveries in July or August. So there's clearly still some problems with delivery certain specifications of the car. So that's still potentially holding us back. But the order book seems like we can get to 20,000 no problem. It's just whether or not the factory can pump out that many cars. So we'll have to see. I think, my personal opinion, I'm pretty confident that we can get very close to 20,000. Hopefully, we'll see by the next week's insurance numbers. If next week and next week's don't look that good, if we're still around 3,000 and not something like 6,000, then we could be a bit far off from 20,000 deliveries. So that's my current expectations. I think pushing harder, that's exactly what the CEO says. Pushing harder not only means sales, but also means the factory, and also what some of the NIO sales reps are doing. And one of the NIO managers, he's doing one of the customers, and this was actually a delivery back in June. One of the customers that I helped out as well. She wanted to take delivery of the car very fast, very soon, and they just didn't want to wait a month for delivery. And so what the NIO manager did was he just basically got one of those pre-produced cars shipped to Beijing, and that was done in basically 3 days. So that customer was able to take delivery of their car in 3 days by just doing that. So that's something that some of the NIO sales reps and managers are doing, making customers try to go for pre-built cars and that are just ready to go. And also pre-built cars, you get a bit of a discount. That's a little secret, all right? What are your expectations for deliveries this month? You can post what you think NIO will achieve this month based on your expectations. Let me know in the comments down below. And guys, please forgive me for my son making those loud noises in the back. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. See you in the next one. Peace out.